Okay, here's the tough thing. Let me bring you in the world of content, yada, yada, yada. Here's the tough thing about YouTube. I have gained followers on this platform doing a completely different thing. Not live streaming, not making live stream VOD content. Switching from your typical audience on the YouTube channel is not live streaming. That's just the reality. You can shake it any way you want. You could get mad, you could debate. But at the end of the day, people did not subscribe. The audience was not gained on YouTube from the YouTube live streams. That's just the reality of the situation. Okay, so that's point one. The other reality is YouTube is so powerful that if I would just grow the balls and grit through it, we could gain an entire separate audience on YouTube for the live streams. That's also the reality. It is the mental hurdle of getting over that rough patch. The only way to do that is to do exactly like how I've said for years of how you grow a YouTube channel or YouTube stream in the first place. You have to show up and you have to be active. There's no other way around it. There's no mixing it up. It's an active decision. Yeah, hey, every day, bingo. Every day. You have to. It does get mentally fatiguing, mentally challenging, because you feel like you're ruining previous work. Right. But at a certain point, a lot of creators, especially if you go through like identity crisis and shit, you got to assess where you want to bring things, because it is also not healthy continuously building in something that you don't want to build in neither. That's the other side of the conundrum. You're absolutely right. I preached this for years. Streaming on YouTube is, I think, the more dominant variant. Yeah. Streamed on Kick for 2 years, 200 followers. How about been streaming a month on YouTube, over 50 subscribers in 2 months. Well, how much content did you make to bring people over to your Kick though? I mean, even on Twitch in that aspect, Twitch and Kick are still the same recipes. Like, of course, they're not going to grow if you're just going live there. And that's where the power of YouTube is. If you just consistently go live on YouTube, you're going to grow there. TikTok's the same way right now. If you just consistently go live on TikTok, you're going to grow there. Now, if you're starting from fresh, that's just a fresh journey. So it's exciting. If you're starting from 20,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, you're going to have to go over, myself included, we are going to have to go over the mental hurdle of the YouTube streams may not do good right away if it's a complete pivot, if it's completely different. If you're making Call of Duty content and you've never streamed and you gain 50,000 subscribers, and then you start streaming Call of Duty content, that's different. Now, us streaming Road to Masters Apex Legends ranked gameplay today, the YouTube stream is not going to do well. It's just not going to do well off the start, because there's no metadata on the channel with my current audience that shows that. And as alerts go out to current subscribers and they see an Apex Legends thing, but they subscribed for completely other things, camera gear, audio gear, setup stuff, they're not going to be interested specifically in the Apex thing. And as people scroll past that, as YouTube suggests that, and people scroll past that, it gives a lower percentage in comparison to impressions to click-through rate. And the lower click-through rate compared to impressions, it throws a red flag on YouTube of like, people aren't interested in this. If people aren't interested in this, we should not push this. But here's the thing about YouTube. At the end of the day, if you show up and you're consistent, you'll break through that hurdle. So like a prime example I was talking about last night with the editor is like, if we hunkered down and we showed up every single day on YouTube, and like, okay, right now we have 105K subscribers of an audience that we built over 9 years, over a whole bunch of other shit. The reality is we may be able to grow to 120,000 subscribers. And those new 20,000 subscribers are built from the live streaming. They are built from the new direction that you go. It's not necessarily that your channel is just automatically dead. It's just, you're gonna have to get over the big giant number. That's why I argue that subs are pointless anymore, and they really are. Case in point is like, subs don't always get alerted of things. Everything's about the homepage algorithm now. The algorithm is so powerful. Followers on TikTok don't matter anymore neither. It's all about the homepage. It's all about the For You page. I really think it would be healthy for YouTube, and I would take advantage of this. I think it would be healthy for YouTube if you could purge your subscribers. I really do. Because it's just a fucking number. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter anymore. The only people that care about the metric are people that don't actively do this, and haters. That's it. Like people just starting off and they're like, I have to have more subs to have success. No, you need views to have success. That's what you need. You need watch time. You need people Just clicking, staying, and watching. You don't need a lot of subs. Even in the live stream space, I use the man Vita all the time. I won't exactly say what he's making, but like you would look at this and some people would say, oh, 30,000 subscribers. Brother, this guy averages a few hundred minimum viewers per stream now. And sometimes he gets into the auto because he streams so long and he's been doing it so consistently for so long. He gets in the autoplay on YouTube now at late night hours. And some of his streams have been going to thousands of viewers. Channels like this with 20, 30, 50,000 subscribers that are just actively streaming like this, they're hitting $10,000+ a month in ad revenue alone. The sub count doesn't fucking matter anymore. Technically, can't you do that by mass blocking subs though? Well, you don't want to do that. Why would you want to do that? Well, first off too, you wouldn't know what subs to fucking mass block. I don't think that necessarily works though. I don't think, because on YouTube, you just hide somebody from your channel. You don't actually block them. I would also agree with that. I'd love to purge my Insta and YouTube actually. I'm just not the same person making the same content. Yeah, I just hate the idea that if you want to move into, and this is how it is on YouTube, if you gain an audience on one thing and you want to switch paths and you want to change it up, you're better off making a new YouTube channel. Like that's just the reality. I just don't want to make a new YouTube channel anymore. I've made plenty. I just don't want to. I just want to grit down and just push through. It's going to take, getting over an ego, getting over the numbers, getting over the metrics. That's just what it is. That's reality. But it's healthy to know that a big pivot doesn't matter if you have 10,000 subscribers in one thing. If you do a big pivot and you can get over the switch and you stick with the new thing, you'll gain a new audience in the new thing. You'll just have a lot of inactive subs in the previous thing. At a certain period in time on your channel, once YouTube starts sending out the sub alerts to a certain amount of your subscribers and they're not clicking and they don't click again and they don't click again, YouTube just won't suggest those videos and those streams and that content to those previous subscribers. But if you start bringing in a new audience of individuals that will stay and watch your content, they will suggest it to those individuals, because all YouTube and TikTok and these platforms with algorithms, all they care about is you click, you stay, you watch. The longer you keep somebody on here, the more you're going to get suggested, period. That's how it works. Yeah, it's a gamble. Yeah, but I mean, any of this shit's a gamble. I know creators that are full-time successful in this. They make a lot of good money and they legitimately hate the content they put out. And I just don't want to hate the content I put out. I just want to vibe with my community, period. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you can get past the metrics and the ego, I don't know, man. I know it's bad advice to some people, but at the end of the day, you got to love what you do. You don't love what you do, like you're just going to fucking burn out. And it's just going to go to shit anyways. It's the direction I need to go to just have my brand be universal across the board. That's always been something I struggle with. And that's why I'd like to focus on that. Is like, I didn't like before how you'd go to X, Instagram, TikTok, and you'd see this one side of me, and you'd come to streams and you'd see that side of me too. Funny, memeing shit, say what I want. And then you would go to the main YouTube channel and it would be this curated stuff. Right. And it's not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, it split audiences, in my opinion. I said this like a couple years ago. The amount of people that would come to my streams from YouTube videos and be like, oh, wow, you're like completely different from what I expected. I've seen your skits. I've seen you on Twitter, watch your YouTube video. And now I'm seeing you in stream. And it's like, it's almost like a completely different person. Right. So I wanted to be way more universal. So the switch up makes me feel confident in just building a community of just being me, building a genuine audience around like just me doing shit. It's tough when you know what to do on YouTube. Does that make sense? I know what works on this channel and I constantly find myself being like, maybe I should sprinkle a little bit more of that back into it. But it's the double-edged sword, because then I'm just going to only be creating something out of the idea of I know what I should be doing on this channel versus the idea of like, okay, let's go in the direction that I should go, and it's thankful that I have creators in my corner like Rob and Jay that keep me honest and I'm just like, you just fucking grit through it, man. You just gotta get through it. Like you build an audience doing this thing before, like you can just do it again. And it's, it's kind of like the slow reset. It's obviously mentally taxing. Like I said, you got to get over that hurdle and that hump. If I wanted to get thousands of views of video on YouTube, I know what to make. YouTube gives you straight up now the resources of like, hey, this is what works on your channel based off of the videos that have done well on this channel. this is what this audience is going to click on. This is what this audience is going to go through. I can pull it up right now. You go to this inspiration tab here, brother. This tab is really good. This reads a lot of the metrics on the channel. It's really good. It's like, okay, let's focus on just the views and sticking with yada, yada, yada. Sure. Why small streamers are ditching Twitch for good. Sure. Dispelling YouTube live streaming. Yeah. Like, cause I know obviously that does well on this channel, right? Again, budget gaming setup. I know popular topic with your viewers, You can literally see this on here. It's not a secret of like the things that could do well on this channel. I feel like it's a right direction for me to go for my goals. It's tough to do it because you know what works. You start a lawn care business and you have a whole bunch of customers of mowing lawns, and then you want to pivot and you want to like, you also have like knowledge in something else. And next thing you know, you want to start working on people's cars. Like you want to start doing like extreme landscaping, like real landscaping. You want to build like crazy fire pits and shit like that. You're not going to just automatically take your lawn care people that just hire you to mow their lawn, and they're going to automatically want to get a back patio and a sunroom. You're going to have to market to an entire different demographic of people, unless you're already in a rich neighborhood. But you get what I'm saying. Like I just look like locally where I live, like a lot of lawn care people. It's just like they'll go through in communities like I live in, and they just knock out like just easy lawns and they just mow lawns. But maybe you have like a different ambition and really different interests. You just don't want to mow lawns all day. You want to really get your hands dirty and you want to do something creative. But those customers that you currently have might not be the same thing. So guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to fucking grit through. You're going to have to take less, customers on that. And you're going to have to try to hustle your way into the other market that you want to get into. I mean, it's like in anything, man. You can't just take a successful clothing company and say, I'm going to launch supplements now. I'm going to start a fitness channel just because you have a successful clothing company in the creative space. You can't just be a creative content creator that talks about cameras and tech and shit and automatically say, I'm going to start streaming games and those do good as well. Dude, great example with this is one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, Craig Adams. He does these extravagant hiking videos, but he started off doing, tech and vlogs kind of like during the Casey Neistat era. And then at a certain point, he did the hiking stuff and it struck gold for him. Now, he already had a good following doing this stuff, but he switched it up and he now does these types of videos. These are videos are awesome, by the way. I highly recommend. Even Craig Adams, I don't know if he still does it, but I would see him go live. I don't know if he's still got a Twitch. Yeah, he doesn't promote his Twitch anymore. But there was a period like a year or two ago where he was like going live on here playing some video games. And he was going live on his Twitch playing some video games. And the reality is like some of these videos get hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions of views. And then his stream would have like 50 fucking people in it. And it's like, well, yeah, that audience doesn't like that. So it's like, it's in any aspect, man. It's in any corner. If you change the content from what your audience is used to, it's not going to do well. It just is what it is. So you got to look at like your goals and stuff, and you got to look at where you want to take everything and assess if it's worth the grit. I think it's worth the grit, personally. I have Kick, I get KPP, I get 95.5 subsplit. My channels are still monetized at the end of the day. I make monetization on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, couple affiliate things, sponsors. If I can take the hit now, because Kick does allow KPP through multi-streaming, and I can allow that, I can use that and leverage that to just grit down and push through. That's where I'm like, fuck the negative feeling of like, ooh, this is tough, grit through it. That's where I feel like it's the right direction. Does that make sense? It's going to be a big switch up for me. It's going to be a big switch up for everybody, but you're not confined to shit. And I'll say this, there's a great quote about this. And the thing too that you got to get over this, and this is for any creator. Creators starting off, creators pivoting content. Danny, you talking about pivoting content. Viking, you talk about you constantly switch content to see what sticks and see what you enjoy. Here's the thing. You have to understand one of the biggest things you're going to get is you're going to get haters. That's the easiest point where haters, people that are doing nothing better with their time, they're going to look for the vulnerabilities to try to get under your skin. And the thing is they're going to be right. Yeah, they will. Every day, my YouTube streams are going to be dog shit, period. Like, they're not going to do good. And you're going to get the, wow, you can only pull, wow, you fell off, and or wow, you haven't made it through, you haven't broke through. And it's like a great quote from Alex Ramonzi says. And even if you're starting off, people are going to do this. If you're starting off from zero and you got 50 subscribers on your YouTube, somebody comes along and says, yeah, well, yeah, you're not blowing up. Like, yeah, nobody watches your shit. The reality is they're right. The haters are right. And they're going to be right probably tomorrow. But the only issue with that is they're measuring in days and you're measuring in decades. It's the long game. This shit is a marathon, not a sprint.